Yo, 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 man. Let me just break shit down to y'all, man. Cause this is something else, man. Like I did not think that it was it was gonna happen, man. Like I knew that this team was, they was building something nice, man. Like this is before the Brady signing anyway. And for the last 3 4 years, most people have been saying, "Oh man, like y'all are like one quarterback away," and me being like a Jameis supporter, what's they call it, like a Winstoneer or whatever they used to call him. I was like, damn, like I wish Jameis got his shit together because he could have been this guy, and he just couldn't get it together. And when free agency popped off, and I was hearing rumors that they was not going to get him. Like they wasn't going to sign him back. Jameis had you know, his you know, his his price tag was too much, and he was coming off that 30 interceptions. Even though he had 5,100 yards and 33 touchdowns, he still had them 30 interceptions with like 5 6 fumbles, whatever it was. So I was a little nervous um, going into last offseason, and I was hearing about them not, going to. I mean, like they wasn't going to sign James back. So I was like, damn, man, like like who? I mean, like who gonna be our quarterback? I was hearing about Philip Rivers. I was hearing like we should trade up to get a quarterback or whatever, man. So I'm like, man, like we are one quarterback away. Like we need this guy to step in. Like we got the weapons, we got the running back. Like get us a good offensive lineman, which they did, and they signed Tom Brady. And once they signed Tom Brady, I was like, oh, like this is something serious now. Like, that I mean, like they signed Tom Brady. I mean, even though he's 43, he been saying he got 2 3 4 5 more years left in him, and I'm like, damn, like like is this the guy that we needed all this time was Tom Brady? And they went and signed him. Uh, it was a lot of positivity and it was a lot of negativity. You know, some fans didn't want him. I was on some shit where I was like, like we need to keep Jameis up in this thing, but like they want to go in a different direction. And like with me being a Buccaneers fan first, I had to roll with it. You know, but I was wrong. I was wrong about Brady this year. You know, like you know, for him to come in here and get these guys to the Super Bowl, not not the divisional round, not the championship round, but the Super Bowl after 18 years. That's a long time, man. That's a long time. Um, it was just like, man, like if you look at the signing with Brady, and then they went and picked up Fournette. I mean, they traded for Gronk. Once they traded for Gronk, we like, hold up, man, like this is this is getting serious. Then they signed Fournette like a week before the season started. Then they trade for, and then they signed AB, which was like out the blue because we were saying that he wanted it to go with Russell Wilson, And I didn't think that the Buccaneers was interested because Bruce Arians talked about, oh well, like we don't need AB and all this other stuff, and they went out and signed him. So like once they had all the pieces in, and I'm like, yo, like they are being serious about it. Like our defense was already set. Like we was already set at the corners, the safeties, the linebacker position, the defensive line position was Sue, Golston, and my man Vita Vea. You know, uh, I was like, man, like they are going all in, and man, like from losses to the Saints and the Bears and the Rams, and we just looking back at it like, man, like the season was crazy, man. Like it was just a crazy season, yo. Like, but like Buccaneers put it together, man. Like the week one loss wasn't that. I mean, they had some promise in that game, but they was clearly outmatched. Um, they went on a nice little streak after that. Then they lost to the Bears, cool. Then they went on a nice little streak after that, But this season was just like, uh, it was crazy, man. This season was crazy, man. Like like the favorites was kind of like was the Saints, was Seattle, was Green Bay. Like they were the favorites to come out the NFC. That they was our top three teams that we needed to worry about, and they beat two of them. So this is this was something else, man. Vita Vea, he came back. Um, he didn't play the whole game. He was active though. He was active. Shout out to him for coming back. And then I was kind of mad, yo. Like, I was kind of mad hearing that AB wasn't gonna play. And then like we hear about Winfield today, we like, oh man, like that's a double hurt piece. Like you lose AB on the offensive side, then you lose our quarterback in the secondary. It was crazy, man. I was just like, know what? We can't just be mad at the injuries right now. We just got to have the next man up, and that's what the Buccaneers did. And you see what Scotty Miller did. I don't know how they don't have no report on him, but that's what he does best is go on that deep fly, and he'll catch that ball 95% of the time. Tyler Johnson makes another amazing catch. This is the second week in a row he done made an amazing catch. With his little few targets a game, he'll make that one spectacular catch. Mike Evans, he can catch a cold out the jaw. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, it was crazy with Mike, man. And Chris is the same way. Like, these guys can make the most amazing catches. The most catches that, come on, man. It was catches that be out of bounds and they'll go back and catch that motherfucker. And they be in bounds. And then the next play they struggle, what I mean, to get off a block or it's just weird with them guys. So with AB coming back, hopefully he'll be back for Super Bowl. Can't wait, man. Can't wait. Um Defense. Man, the first half they was real good. The second half they struggled. But Shaq Barrett came alive at the most important times. Because if he didn't have them sacks and create that pressure, man, that third quarter, yo, Brady was just he was just throwing the ball all over the field, bro. He was just throwing the ball all over the field, man. So Um, they had to hold on, man. Like Shaq Barrett played good. Like Devin White didn't really impact the game like he had last week. But it was like other guys stepping up. You know what I mean? Like JPP getting sacks. Shaq doing his thing. He had an up and down season. He didn't have the 19 and a half like he had last year, but he still played pretty good this season. He still played pretty good this season. It was crazy, man. For them to go to New Orleans and Green Bay, come on, man. Come on, man. They went to New Orleans and Green Bay and beat both of them teams. They were the two best teams in the NFC this year, and they beat both of them on the road. On the road. On the road, yo. They went to the two toughest places to play in the NFC, and they went and won. They won. They won both the games where most people didn't have them winning. They had the Saints winning, they had Green Bay winning. And what happened? They both lost. They both lost. They both took a L. It's crazy, man. This is a crazy, crazy season, man. But I'm very happy, man. Like, uh our corners are going to have to step up. You know what? I'm gonna leave that for the Kansas City Super Bowl preview video. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that next week. I'm gonna do that sometime next week, going into that Sunday. So, I'm gonna wait till next week to do that Super Bowl preview. I need to get my thoughts together. I need to get all my facts together and drop a nice little 15, 20 minute video talk about the Super Bowl. But today was crazy, man. It was crazy, man. I was like nervous as hell before the game even started, yo. I was nervous as shit, man. Man, that third quarter, boy, that was probably the worst quarter they had. No, besides that Chicago fourth quarter, this was the worst quarter they had throughout the whole season. Go back and watch that third quarter, yo. Now, they started the quarter off with the fumble. Like they had a fumble, but but after that, it was like, yo, I think Green Bay came back down and scored, and then I think Brady started fucking up, and then Green Bay scored again, and I'm like, yo, it's getting real, man. Once it hit that fourth quarter, man, I was like, yo, this game was too damn close because it seemed like once they went up 28-10, they kind of fell back a little bit. And like their play calling was a little different. They started passing a little bit more. I'm like, give the ball to Leonard Fournette. That's why I made that video earlier. I said, yo, give the ball to Leonard because Leonard was moving the chains. It's like certain good runs, man, like he'll have in the game. At first, I didn't like him at first. I'm like, man, what they sign this guy for? It seemed like it took him a while to understand the offense. And then like once Ronald Jones went out, Leonard played. And like once Leonard went out, Jones played more. So I had to go back and look at um, how many games they both played, like together, you know. I gotta go back and look at that. But like when they on, man, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough as hell. But yeah, y'all. next week, well, not. Oh yeah, next week I'm gonna do my preview. I'm gonna do that, John. I'm gonna do that video like on a weekend or something. I might do it like on the weekend going into next week. I might drop that video then. But in the meantime, everybody enjoy the NFC Championship, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy this shit, man. We've been through enough as a franchise, as a fan base. So like, let's get it, man. Let's get it. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.